standard NDB approach into Lord Howe Island this evening with a teardrop approach. It's a really short approach runway at Lord Howe, so landing with the BA146, I've got full flap down, and I've also got my air brake out so that I'm keeping the speed right down but with plenty of power on in case I need to overshoot. Using all the possible runway that is available, but with a bit of a headwind, about 10 knots, I was able to bring the aircraft in with plenty of runway left. So spoilers going in, flaps coming up, and taxiing in. I'll show you the same approach, but from the cockpit in a sec. Taking in a little bit of the grass here as I come in, but that's just because you can't really see very well out of the cockpit. And there we go, taxiing into the refueling point. So I'll now set it up so that you can see the approach from the cockpit. So this is now the same view from the cockpit. You can see there's quite a bit of high terrain around and a very short runway. So my speed was about 120 knots, keeping it just a little bit above stalling speed. I got my speed brake deployed and coming in probably a little bit lower than I should have been, but that's because I was very conscious of the short runway. Any mistakes and it's either a go around or end up in the sea. Dropping over the fence and down onto the runway. Putting the brakes on, full brakes. Speed reducing nicely, below 60 knots, so taking my feet off the brakes, putting the spoilers in, bringing the flaps up. Speed well under control. And a fair amount to spare on the runway, I'm glad to say. You can see on the windsock in a sec, there's a steady wind straight on the nose, which made it possible to land quite easily at this airfield. Lord Howe's right out in the middle of the Tasman, between New Zealand and Australia. It's a minute little island. I've seen it once from the air in real life and it looks absolutely awesome. Would be a great place to visit. And here I am taxiing into the refueling point. Top up my tanks before I carry on to Brisbane. Hope you enjoyed that landing. Catch me again at some point.